I'll go back to not voting. That'll just be the solution. It's just fuck it. These people are all horrible.
I mean, your vote doesn't matter anyway. Nobody should vote.
No. And eventually we'll get through this silly little democracy experiment, and then we'll go back to kings.
What would you like a monarchy?
Only if I totally agreed with them. Otherwise, it could be a disaster for me.
No shit. No shit.
I know that's kind of the rub, isn't it? But then there is, and I've mentioned this before, the one really strong benefit of a monarchy over other forms of governance is if shit gets totally fucked up in 1200s France, everyone's like, who is to blame for this and these problems being facing us? And they're like, well, it is King Louis. He is the guy at the very top. We should probably go throw a tantrum and see if we can get him out. There was somebody to put it on. In other systems, it's like,
and who the next guy is going to be. Usually there's an heir and he's being groomed up. But we were saying, Woody, we're going to get rid of this whole democracy thing. It didn't work out. What's your
we're going kings mode?
So where do you want to go? What other political system do you want to live under? What do you want to make America into? Taylor, I think, is leaning pretty hard monarchy. I'm thinking full republic.
But I have to pick the king. If I can't pick the king, then it could be a terrible disaster.
You cannot pick the king.
Then I don't know if I like the idea.
He will win. The king is the one who beats all the other pretenders to the throne. There'll be some sort of Civil War battle type thing.
Maybe there's just no good form of government once you reach the critical mass of a number of people.
Your king would be DeSantis, probably. He's probably the one who went, or Rick Scott in that chair. It'd be somebody like that.
No, I wouldn't. We would not have a crippled king. And DeSantis in his fucking lifts. That guy is anything but kingly.
I think full republic. I think the citizens should vote on almost everything. You should. There should be almost every, they'll have a proposition in your local area. Vote yes on Prop 40. We're gonna expand the park. It's I like that. Everybody gets a little say in this, not just some little bureaucrat.
That's a pure democracy, not a represented democracy. Right?
Okay, that's
voters choose everything.
That's not a republic would be with representatives.
Yeah.
Okay, then pure democracy is what I meant.
Oh, yeah, I'm going the other way.
I want to take it completely out of the hands of the bureaucrats. No more bureaucrats.
It's all based on honor and who can win the fist fight. That's how our leaders are decided. Klingons.
No, it seems like
seen it in action. It's
Klingons would bring out a bat lift or a katang.
Okay, Woody is just agreeing with my monarchy point.
Yeah,
And also, I do agree. The monarchy should be the guy should be tough. He should be big and strong and able to intimidate. If we had a mountain,
Robert Baratheon,
if we had a Baratheon type, imagine instead of Trump or Biden or whoever going to face Putin, you've got a guy who looks like
Raja Jackson,
and he's wearing. You've got Raja Jackson.
He shows up in his gray suit. But everybody slams Putin right away.
He shows up in an orange jumpsuit.
That's part of his thing.
Taylor, all the monarchs in history are dainty little pussies, though, because they've all been interbred for the past 15 generations. So if we want to keep the bloodline pure for the next line, then we have a problem. I think at this point we need to bring scientists in. We can't just allow regular procreation. I think we need a scientifically created perfect monarch at this point.
I think that's
Uberman.
That's
why has no one ever thought of this before?
We could create an Ubermensch.
A master group, a master. Come on, something. We'd have a Superman that we would create from the best of us.
And we would have special rules, so there wouldn't be inbreeding this time.
This was your.
There would be
no Habsburg shit.
No Habsburg jaw. None of that. We start noticing some ugly monarchs. We go, you guys have hit the expiry date. You're out. We're going back to attractive. We want the John Cena.
This happens naturally with my Klingons.
Ooh, John Cena.
I think you and I are mostly on the same page with.
What about in a? I'm going a little bit fictional here. In a world where there are superheroes, mutants, whatever it might be, would you be okay, Taylor? I know that you hate foreigners. Would you be okay with a foreigner from outer space, a Superman from Krypton, who is draped in the American flag, being our president?
I am, because that guy seems pretty tight.
No, fuck that. Look, I 100% side with Lex Luthor and most of the comics. Like some of the comics, he's just jelly.
Isn't he the bad guy?
Yes. Well, freedom fighter or terrorist. It depends where you're standing, right? It's all about perspective.
What is his motivation? I've never watched a superhero
Okay, well, it depends on the comic.
Or what?
Depends on the comic. But consider this. Before a god from another planet showed up, he was the smartest, richest, and like one of the more physically fit humans on the planet. Luthor bitch is like 550, like raw. Luthor is a bad motherfucker, and he's like a super genius, and he's a trillionaire. And then all of a sudden, here comes the son of Krypton, who everyone like fawns over and just immediately trusts. He's a walking hydrogen bomb that with feelings, that gets upset and angry and cries and has emotional outbursts. The idea that you don't have a check and a balance against Kal-El is insane. If this happened in our reality, every major politician, Xi and fucking Putin and Trump would be in a room like, we got to come up with some kind of a Krypton cannon. Like we need kryptonite cannons. We need kryptonite fucking death rays. We got to do something about this.
Dude, that Xi
god came from another planet, and he's like bullying us and pushing us around and doing what he wants. He's flying across international.
Xi's problem, because he's leading America, which means we have Superman. We've got this guy.
Well, that's an interesting. That's one of the best Superman comics ever. It's
Injustice.
It's like red.
Where he's a Soviet.
He's a Soviet. So you have Superman crash land in Stalin's Soviet Russia, and he ends up like working under Stalin, but he's still pure of heart. He's Soviet Superman. And of course, it creates this huge imbalance where the West is like, they have a god. There's a fucking communist god over there. And I think at the end of the comic, it comes down to the whole world has turned communist except for America, who have like thrown up the fucking shields and the walls. And Superman has to decide whether he's going to force America to be communist, because his idea was always that like they'll see the light. They'll see that our way is best. We don't force them to do. And of course, Stalin is always the devil on his shoulder. And then Stalin dies, and they want Superman to be the leader of the Soviet Union, and it's a very good Superman story. But all I'm saying is that Luthor is only the bad guy because Superman is the main character of the book. If Luthor was the main character of the book, or if you were Luthor, you would 100% understand his point of view. Now, in some of the comics, they just make him like jelly.
Sometimes he's a little too twirly mustache bad guy, but for the most part, he's actually like weirdly relatable, even though he's a quadrillionaire.
Yeah, the voice of reason, because it's like, whoa, that
sounds
guy
like he could make a good king if it's not one of the.
He becomes president
where he's a mean guy.
He becomes president in many of the issues.
How about this? Superman is here, or a Superman, because I guess anyone from Krypton can be Superman with our son, right? And he's going to take charge, but he's a dwarf.
Fuck.
Because that says to me,
sausage fingers.
Yes.
Does he have the little voice?
He has a little voice.
People of Earth, hear me.
He's like a littler.
Does he have the bad hips? So like when
he's got that dwarf hip dysplasia like old labs get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he like limps up to the stage. I'd
be like, I can't afford to respect this guy. I don't even care that he flies. He's tiny.
Dude, like I wouldn't like that at all. I think if I were Superman, I would try to rule the world, but I wouldn't want to create like a world war. I would want my own country. I would need a Superman style Vatican so that I could be fair and impartial to the whole world.
You could probably use the Vatican.
That's what Dr. Doom does.
Kick you out. I would just take the Vatican. It would look awesome.
Well, I think there's like 1 billion people that are going to hate me if I take the Vatican away from the Pope.
I'm going to show them all the rare bones and the
holy prepuce. Yeah, I'm going to dig that holy prepuce out
every little bit. But you're right. That would be.
Woody doesn't know about the holy prepuce.
I'm familiar with prep use. You do it before sex shows to avoid HIV.
Exactly. Little prep use. That's prep.
I see a lot of commercials for that on sports now for some reason. Like there's a bunch of gay guys watching in the NFL.
We have billboards for it here. It's like, don't get AIDS in your ass. Take prep.
I told you I knew what I was talking about.
It's one of those moving billboards too. So it's awful to look at.
Remember the old moving billboards where it was like where it was physical turning of those like little triangles and it would flip into the new picture? I always liked those because you could always identify like, oh, that one's kind of broken. The pictures look right. Like,
no, the holy prepuce, for those who don't know, is Jesus Christ's foreskin, and there's varying accounts on whether it rose to heaven when he rose to heaven after his resurrection, or many Catholics believe, and several popes have claimed to be in possession of the holy prepuce. And I read the other day that it is supposedly held in the Vatican archives, along with they uncovered some church that had supposedly the original cross that Jesus was crucified on. There were 3 crosses, and they took the one in the middle. And apparently, they have the part in the Vatican archives that says like Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Hebrews, or something on some plaque or something like that. They claim to have had that, and they said that. Of course, part of the legend was they brought a sick woman in and they exposed her to each of the 3 crosses to figure out which one was the good one, and she was healed by the cross of Christ.
That's pretty cool. I mean, if they had something like that, which if there was a church that had that, it would be the Catholics. They have been around since then. But like, why wouldn't you like, that seems like a big seller. Like, that shouldn't be in a basement somewhere. You should be like, hey boys, right next to this guy's fucking holy bones and this crazy elaborate building we're in is the cross. Like, you would put that out to show.
And that's the tip of Jesus' dick right there. You want to sniff it?
Some pope was using it as a bookmark, 600 years ago.
One of the popes grounded in a powder.
They should be keeping it in a hospital to cure all the sick people.
Well, it's got like it's like a sort of a recharge.
You gotta recharge the man on it.